Hello out there in the podcast world. We know we need to, get better on our dates, but that's fine. I'm sure you'll forgive us. Once again, I'm Big Dick Gideon along here with Dante and Kryimm of the Fallen Angels.
Hi, guys.
Sorry if we sound a little tired, but
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll explain why in a little while.
But we really need to get... what's important for me is to get the days of the week thing down.
You need a calendar?
Because...
That was my fault. I truly apologize to all of our listeners that we said that the pay-per-view was last Sunday and not yesterday. That was my fault. I got my weekends mixed up.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't cover it right here, right now. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So
the pay-per-view happened last night, right?
That's correct.
Okay, it wasn't the...
No.
All right.
Yeah.
I apologize.
All right.
I can't say I'm sorry enough, dude.
What day of the week is it? I just want to know.
Today is Monday.
It's one of those that ends in Y.
Again.
Swing and a miss. Did you guys hear that one? Wheels fell off the cart.
All right.
We're off
to a great start. We're going to just cover it. All right.
Straight to business.
Straight to business.
Quick, run to first base. Run to first base.
So, what we decided is we're going to start off with the pre-show here because it was one of the better matches. I know you guys didn't get to see it, okay?
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Which, again, we will explain why we were unable to watch the pay-per-view last night.
But I was able to watch it. And basically, because Brian is unable to perform, he's physically unable, he's hurt, they had to switch some stuff around. So they had Bad News Barrett go on the pre-show and face Adrian Neville. Mm-hmm. Very good match. I mean, it's what I come to expect from Barrett and Neville. And a very good match. And Barrett put over Neville. Mm-hmm. Neville won the match. Clean.
Nice.
Nice and clean. It was a good match. For those that were keeping track, I took Barrett against Brian, and then Dante took Brian against Barrett, and we are both wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So
because the match didn't happen. Yeah.
Next we have...
Can we just... I want to wish Daniel Bryan, not that... I'm sure he's a big fan of us. Wish him well. He's a big fan of the show, I'm sure of it. I just got a good feeling. I hope there's nothing bad. Same here. He needs to take more time off and not rush back to the ring, because he's going to continue to hurt himself if he does.
I've got a theory about that, and if you notice, anybody who's ever had that belt, who has had that push, doesn't hold it very long. It's almost like it's almost a curse to actually have that belt, and maybe you shouldn't.
It's the Arquette curse. Yeah, ever since he got it, it's just been a tainted belt.
I believe that may have something. It's like the curse of the babe,
or the H.
Okay. Well, we'll go into that. What we
Eventually,
are going to do a conspiracy theory show. We are really working on that. Just got to get Strangler up here.
We hope there's nothing seriously wrong with Darren Bryan. We hope he's back soon. Next match, the opening match for the actual pay-per-view was the Chicago Street Fight between Ambrose and Harper, which, when we did our picks, was not on the card.
Right.
So, technically, this match lasted 56 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay?
Wow, it was really an hour-long match?
Well, because Ambrose and Harper left the arena via SUV, a la Piper and Goldust.
Brilliant.
Okay?
Well, we know now that Dusty definitely wrote that.
The Hollywood parking lot brawl.
So technically that match lasted for 56 minutes and 10 seconds.
Who did you pick for that?
Since you myself, because I was the only one. I knew Ambrose was going to go over because Ambrose has been sort of taking a beating lately in pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So I figured they'd give him a bone.
Mm-hmm.
So, the match following after Ambrose and Harper left the arena was Ziggler and Sheamus. Again, good match, lasted about 10 minutes. One of the best matches of the night, and Ziggler went over.
I was wrong.
Yeah. So was I.
I was thinking about this during the week, and this is going to take a weird turn, like I normally do. Mm-hmm. But it's called the Kiss Me Arse match.
Yes.
Okay. Why isn't it called the Kiss My Ass match? Why?
He's Irish.
Because he's Irish, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that a racial thing?
I mean,
Think about it. Why don't they just call it the chicken and wings match when you go against a black guy?
Okay.
I mean, it's a racial thing, and it just why is it okay because he's Irish? I'm sorry, it's a little off.
Are you feeling a little bit of rub there because you're Irish there, brother?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah,
you feel like they're making fun of our race there?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's
Nationality.
Why does he come out with a bowler and a shillelagh and ask for more Lucky Charms? Whatever.
She had the bowler on with the green jacket.
I mean, like they had Finley come out with the shillelagh.
Did Finley bother you?
No, it didn't. Didn't bother.
Oh, okay. How come Finley didn't bother you and Sheamus does?
It's not that Sheamus bothers me. Is they're calling it the Kiss Me Arse match.
Okay, why did the Kiss Me Arse match bother you and Finley coming out with a shillelagh?
Why can't they call it a Kiss My Ass match?
I'm asking you a question. You're deflecting. Why did Finley not bother you, but this does?
I just explained to you because they're they're forcing it to be something it doesn't need to be.
So why didn't Finley bother you?
Because it wasn't over the top.
I think
this is over the top.
He's upset with the wording.
Yeah, it's over the top. It doesn't need to be called "Kiss Me Arse." Like, why does he just like you said? Why does he come to? I need me Lucky Charms. Fucking, it's a bit offensive. At least for me, it's a bit offensive.
All right, if it's offensive to you, so be it. But toughen up, Buttercup. I don't know.
Look, I got a thick skin. I just think. Just because he's a fucking white Irish guy, it just kind of gets blown over. But I'm telling you, if you were to do the same thing,
we could do an hour-long thing on race if we really wanted to.
It's true, okay? But I mean, I want you to think about this. If there was a different color and they did some type of spin on it, it would be different.
Yeah, of course it would be. Okay, because that's the way the world works. Okay, I didn't make the world. This is just how it works. Okay? I'm not saying it's necessarily correct, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things, maybe we shouldn't care so much. It's
just what it is.
Wrestling in and of itself is almost like a grand caricature of itself.
A lot of it's shock value.
Okay? That's the whole point. You're putting on a show.
Value. I think it's just laziness.
See, that doesn't strike me as laziness.
Now that goes into a whole different...
Yeah. That's another
Are you
segue.
upset because they're using, Irish language?
Yes, because it doesn't need to be. Or are you upset
because it was lazy writing?
Both, actually. I mean, it doesn't need to be. It doesn't. Look, it was forced. It's offensive. Maybe it's just offensive to me. Fuck it. I'll be the only one standing there.
I'm going to throw this out there. This man currently is wearing a Washington Redskins T-shirt.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Redskins. Let's just put that name out there. Redskins.
I'm not saying either or. I'm saying that's what's happening right here and now.
Okay.
Should we move on?
We should move on.
Okay. All right.
Oh, good. We get to move on. Okay.
So moving on, we want to get away from race. So let's talk about the New Day.
I'm glad we're getting away from race.
Let's talk about the New Day defeating Tyson Kidd and Cesaro for the championships. This, to me, was the best match of the night. Mm-hmm. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro can work, especially together. Okay? Mm-hmm. And the New Day, regardless of whether they have the shitty gimmick or not, those guys can work.
All three.
Okay? Even Big E. I mean, Big E might be a little, clumsy, but he can work. He's a good big guy. Okay? Probably one of the most impressive feats of the night was Cesaro literally plucking Big E out of a leapfrog, just holding him there, not flinching his knees at all, and then throwing him to the ground. Throwing him to the mat.
Like a dart.
Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing.
Cesaro has that retarded hidden strength.
I don't know.
I don't know what he does.
He doesn't even... he's obviously in shape, right? He's obviously in shape, you can tell. But... what? How? He's so strong.
You could make an argument that he's one of the strongest guys on the roster.
I don't know what he benches and I don't know what he presses or whatever or not, but it's freaking impressive.
He hides his strength well.
It's impressive.
Didn't even blink. He just grabbed him.
Just snatched him out of the air.
Well,
it was incredible.
Well, there was a video of a house show, and I don't remember who he had in a vertical suplex, but he was holding the guy up for a good 20 seconds in a vertical suplex, and he starts doing squats with the guy in a vertical suplex. He's retarded strong.
Yeah. Well, he did the vertical suplex from the apron while he's on the turnbuckle out into the ring. He did that as well. I mean, it's granted, it wasn't Big E, it was Kofi, but look,
okay, we have limits.
Okay, but that was impressive. New Day have pretty much healed out, but they're healing out, but they're still doing that positive gimmick. So they're heels, but they're it's like they're not acting like heels, except when they pull tights or something like that.
Well, look at what the right to censor was. We're here for you guys. We're here to do the good of the people, and it's the same thing. Yeah. It's just a different way of doing it,
I guess. Next, we got John Cena and Rusev. That was a fucking snore, and it was a 13-minute match too. That's the thing.
You have a chain match and nobody bleeds.
It was a snore, and the chain didn't break like you said it was gonna.
Oh well, shit!
The chain didn't break, and really, the people started chanting for Lana. Okay.
Well, who wouldn't?
I mean, look at her.
Good point.
I mean, she's proportionate top and bottom. It's very lovely to see.
Yeah, she's a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
But they started cheering for Lana. Smart of Rusev, okay, and her. Lana gets on the apron, okay, and starts basically acknowledging cheers and waving. And Rusev gets mad and tosses her out and goes to the back to get that heat. Genius. Mm-hmm. They knew exactly what they were doing.
They probably called through the mic to the ref, and just he fed it to all the boys to see if they can get that to go. That was probably like on the spot of the once they started cheering for Lana, they probably just did a spot on the spot, see what we could do with it.
Yeah. But like I said, Cena went over, pretty much a snore fest, and Rusev.
No, really? Did he? Wow, I never thought that would happen. Not him.
I called Rusev. You guys called Cena. That's
no. Soup Cena.
Always bet on the house. Come on.
Yeah. Rusev did get a rematch for Payback. It's going to be an I Quit match.
Well, Cena doesn't say I quit. I don't think he's ever lost an I Quit match. Period.
He'll pass out.
Because the whole thing is, I'd never give up, never surrender. He never says I quit.
Be awesome if he did.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if he did.
Like Undertaker with the casket matches.
Yeah, right. Well,
alive matches.
Yeah, when Undertaker gets a
casket match, he's going away for a while.
He's going to take a break.
Yeah. You got Nikki Bella defeated Naomi. Now, Paige was a scratch because she's hurt, quote unquote, which I don't think she's actually hurt, right? Or maybe she's taking a vacation.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what's really going on.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But defeated Naomi. Naomi came out. She's full heel now. And speaking of heels, she has glowy shoes that change color during the match.
I heard she has like the spirit of the master, like a la Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
She's got the power of the glow. Yeah, but actually a pretty decent match.
You are the last dragon.
Only went 7 minutes, but it was okay. I mean, Nikki Bella went over. They're trying to face turn the Bellas.
Why?
That because they can't have a heel versus a heel doesn't really work. So somebody had to face turn.
Ugh. They're better as heels.
Yes. Roman Reigns defeated Big Show. I thought that was going to be a snooze match. That ended up being a 20-minute we're just going to throw each other around the fucking arena. And that was pretty entertaining. It got to a point, let's see, Big Show choke slammed from the ring to the outside, Roman Reigns through 2 tables.
Wow.
Roman Reigns speared Big Show through a barricade. Also, put Big Show through the Spanish announce table, and then dumped the regular announce table on top of Big Show to keep him down.
So nobody had a table?
No, there was no tables. Okay.
So wait. So the table was put on top of Big Show.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get up.
Well, he had just gone through, like, a barricade in the table.
Well,
I mean, he was selling.
I mean, fair enough, but I mean, like, it's coming to be where, like, the announce table is, like, the ultimate weapon now, because Lesnar did was, like, flip a table, and it knocked out JBL and Booker T for the rest of the night, and now all of a sudden it just lays on top of the Big Show and he can't get up. Is it like kryptonite to all the wrestlers?
Well,
no, it's actually the greatest wrestler of all in the WWE. There you go.
I have a theory.
Totally undefeated.
I have a theory. Because the fans are starting to get older again, you basically have to restart, right? So, yeah, I think we're starting to get more into quote-unquote adult content.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you have to start at the beginning again, right? You can't just go ahead and shove Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell right at the beginning. Doesn't work. You have to build your way up to that again.
Yeah, but I mean, you get older, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you're just laying a table on a guy.
Yeah, but you have to start from somewhere. Do you understand what I'm saying?
They're making it, as in, they are trying to make it a little bit more hardcore than
I see that. It just...
And then finally, Seth Rollins defeats Randy Orton by escaping the cage. This match sucked, but I knew it was going to suck. And it didn't suck for necessarily bad writing. It was just sort of a bore in terms of the actual wrestling.
It's Randy Orton.
Randy Orton can't do an RKO. Basically what happened, Kane was the gatekeeper. The J&J security tried to climb over the cage. He basically got him away from the cage. Kane slams the door on Randy Orton, and then Seth Rollins tries to dropkick Randy Orton. Randy Orton moves and kicks the door and hits Kane. Kane gets mad, pulls his shit, climbs in the cage, and they're both laying on the ground, and Rollins is begging, no, don't do it. And he's going like this, like threatening him like he's going to chokeslam him, and then he grabs Randy, chokeslams Randy, and then Seth Rollins tries to crawl out. Kane grabs him back in, chokeslams Seth, and then puts Seth on Randy. Randy kicks out. So he goes over to Randy, picks him up, tries to do a tombstone. Randy RKO's Kane, and then Seth RKO's Randy, and then Seth leaves.
Which is what
exactly what he said.
What Kryimm
exactly what Kryimm said.
Yep.
Yeah, because they did something in Germany where some fan cam caught Seth Rollins hitting the RKO out of nowhere, and it was like, oh, they're probably going to do that in the match somewhere, and they could have sworn, probably going to do that.
And there you go.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
And there you go.
Other than that, yeah, I mean, it was better than the pay-per-view was better than I expected. But it wasn't like you could miss it. It didn't hurt you guys not seeing it. Let's put it that way. Raw is currently happening in about a few minutes, but we will record it, and we will talk about it this coming Sunday.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about last week still, or no?
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about.
We did take
that's
our notes.
True. We did. Okay. 8:05. Okay, so we decided, me and Dante decided to time how long it would take Randy Orton to do his promo. And he did it in 7 minutes.
Wow. I think we should start like a little chart for next.
Yeah, see if it gets better.
See if they get shorter or they get longer.
I'm Randy Orton. Tilt, jawbreak. Yeah, you can see him. You can see the jaw pop out the side of his head, and it's what I focus on now.
Ambrose versus Harper. What the fuck? Like precursor to them, doing the Chicago street fight. Basically, it was like 1 minute of them in the ring, and then it just left.
Yeah, that was the end of that match. Yes.
Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. A good match. Big E was a little sloppy. New Day's working heel, like we said. And Lucha Dragons should get more of a push, I think. Everybody likes them. Fandango versus Curtis Axel. There was no intro for Axelmania.
No. I really like that gimmick. I think it's
a good
funny.
gimmick. But here's two guys. Okay, yeah, one can't really talk. Okay, but Fandango does have talent. and they're just buried. So that's the problem with what I have, what goes on with Raw most of the time, is because, like, they have a lot of this talent, and they have got, 3 storylines going on, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They got, 60-something guys on the roster?
Yeah.
Like, it's boring. And that's the worst thing I can say about a wrestling show.
Yeah, you don't want to bore your crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Boring.
Because they'll find ways to entertain themselves.
Yeah.
And we've witnessed plenty of that.
Yeah.
When people start doing the wave out of nowhere and the wrestling just stops and they just kind of watch it happen. Missed that. That was fun.
We had Triple H, Kane, and Rollins in the ring. If I'm not mistaken, Kane just ripped Rollins apart. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
He went ahead and said, like, if we wanted to, you're nothing but, I think he called him a paper champion.
Mm-hmm.
You're a paper champion, and if we wanted to, we could have put the belt on El Torito.
Yep.
The whole crowd was like, oh, snap dizzle. You know? Yes. June 23rd, return of Tough Enough.
Yep.
I have issues with Tough Enough.
And why is that?
Share
them with us.
I'll partake some of my great knowledge here. I think everybody who tries out for it, I think, wants to grab their dream, and I think that's a fantastic thing. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of indie guys out there that put out a Tough Enough video because they're, to get into the WWE is an incredibly daunting task. It's like winning the lottery, maybe even tougher than winning the lottery. I refuse to do it because I find that to get a spot like that by just winning a contest pisses on everybody who's come before me to build the table that I feast upon. I could just win a contest and get there without having to build for somebody behind me.
I mean, somebody who actually has to pay their dues.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, you guys...
That's simple.
Yeah.
Pay your dues.
You know more
And
about that than I would.
Boy,
But
have we.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get to, like, some guy, I really want to be a WWE superstar. He's got a great look. He feels like he's got a good personality on YouTube. Sure, we're going to give you a shot. As opposed to guys that are on the independent circuit 9-10 years, don't really get looked at. Fantastic workers, never get looked at, but they've paid their dues. They understand the psychology, and they're there day in, day out, doing everything.
Tony Myers.
Yep. Tony Myers is a guy, paid his dues,
He's worked in Japan. He worked all over the Mid-South, and really one of those guys that, has done more bleeding for this industry. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's one of the guys that never got looked at.
I just disagree with it because I remember the first Tough Enough, and there was something that stuck in my head as I was watching, and it was the first class of Tough Enough. They had Triple H come in, and he was telling them what it's like, and he says it. You're on the road 200 days of the year. Your kids grow up without you. Birthdays, you miss them. College graduations, you miss them. This, that, and the other, you miss that. Your wife's at home. What you doing? Don't know. Your husband's at home. What you doing? Don't know.
Yeah.
Now you got to come home. You got to be super dad. You got to be super mom, husband, wife. You got to be all that. Not only that, he also said exactly what I said, which is, to get this opportunity, if you don't take the most of it, you're really pissing on everybody who's come before you.
Yeah.
I just think the whole system is, it's almost a slap in the face to everybody who has.
Well,
it's no different than the diva searches, though.
Yeah.
Yes, I will agree. I will agree with that
it's
too.
the same thing.
I will agree with that too.
Behind the curtain documentary, I can't wait to see. Okay, because I remember seeing the clip for it, and he said, "Look, you're all here because we think all of you have potential." But he told them straight up, "Not all of you are going to make it. That's just,
it's the truth."
Period.
Yeah.
I'd say there was about 40 people in that room.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Probably only 2 are going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a true statistic.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't wait to see that documentary. We had Naomi versus Brie, which, Naomi went over. John Cena versus Kane for the U.S. title, and John Cena looked lost during that match.
He keeps getting punched in the face.
He keeps getting punched in the eye.
Yeah.
He's getting that abuse at home, I suppose.
Here's the real thing that I
stop taking her anger out on him.
Yeah, here's a
He keeps running into doorknobs.
That's
he's got very tall doors in his house, and he just keeps running into them.
Mm-hmm.
He needs glasses.
Probably the biggest match that I thought, the crowd was dead. Miz versus Mizdow. And
what a shame.
What a shame
about that crowd.
What a shame about the crowd. What a shame about Mizdow.
It's that too, because
he's gone now.
As we talked about, he's done. He's buried. That's it. And he's a really good
so
talent.
Hot during that battle royal at WrestleMania. All he had to do was go over, and the crowd would have went ape shit. Okay, and Mizdow would have been on the map. No, instead we have fucking Big Show win, and now Mizdow is buried because he can't even use the likeness rights, quote unquote, because he lost that match.
Yep.
So Damien Sandow, I hope you enjoyed seeing him, guys, because he's gone now.
Unless they bring him back and doing like the old, doing the genius gimmick, because I thought that he was eloquent, fucking great.
Perfect. The way he held the mic.
Oh yeah, it was a great affectation. Nobody held the mic like a brandy snifter. It was honestly, the whole gimmick was great, and it'd be great to see him if he could just come back and do that and be over without using the Miz.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they even stopped it. It really was over. It was working for him, and then all of a sudden he comes out starting to do different types of gimmicks. Like he comes out acting like a famous basketball player in the town that they're working in, or a hockey player of the town they're working in, and it kind of went from there. And it was, what are you doing with him?
Yeah. Well, again, that goes back to there's maybe 3 storylines, and everybody, and then there's and many more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And many more. Yep.
So, by the way, this is something I didn't mention, you guys. Bray Wyatt did not make an appearance during the pay-per-view last night. Ryback was there, beat up on Bo Dallas, and no Bray Wyatt anywhere. And Bray Wyatt was supposed to be calling out Ryback.
Maybe we'll see what happens tonight then on
We'll have
Raw.
to see. But if they need to find a better opponent than fucking Ryback.
It's not making any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It would make sense for him to be calling out his brother.
Yes.
But why he's calling out Ryback, it makes no sense.
Honestly, it's an easy target to try to build up Bray back up real quick.
But he didn't need to be. It's just because he lost to The Undertaker it didn't matter. Bray Wyatt does have a gimmick where if he loses, it doesn't necessarily matter. Okay?
He's still scary.
He's still scary.
Well, yeah.
But he needs a solid opponent, right? You can't go from The Undertaker to fucking Ryback. It doesn't work. You need to go from The Undertaker to, like, I don't know, maybe Kane.
Start
getting
that
with the
dark
mask
faction.
back on.
Yeah, get that dark faction going.
That would have been honestly. That would have been great. Fucking goading Kane
Maybe
back.
he's calling out Kane.
Nah, it's already.
No,
been
he's talking about love. There's no love in Kane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it would have been great to have him goad Kane back into like the mask, and then
you never know.
We'll have to watch.
Well, that's because if we would write it would be entertaining.
Well, again, we're not the writers.
I mean, other than the Authority, there really is no other factions anymore.
That's the thing.
And they're gonna start a new faction soon somewhere.
Yeah, I mean they need to because
you can't just have one.
Well, you have New Day.
Dog.
Okay, you have New Day, and the Authority, and then that's it, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's.
You need
am I missing something?
The
primetime players.
Millions of dollars.
That's a tag team. That's not a faction.
Yeah, that's not a faction. So you got New Day, but you need a stable. I wouldn't mind having like 2 more stables.
Stable Wars.
Heyman needs to start one.
Heyman. You know what? You know what? Official stables. Like that have names, like the Heenan family or
New Day,
or Money Incorporated. I mean, like the good old fashioned stables that had real names.
Horsemen.
Horsemen, exactly.
Be interesting. I just had an idea.
Well, shoot.
What if... Have they ever tried to make a ladies wrestling horseman?
Okay,
stable?
There's these... there's 4 MMA girls, and they call themselves the 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse. And you know what?
I mean, I wouldn't fuck with them.
It's Ronda Rousey and 3 others. I can't really remember their name, but I mean, like, WWE wants to come and have them do something, which is why Ronda keeps coming in.
Yeah.
But the idea is to have the 4 horsewomen.
I think if she comes in, it's going to cheapen her so badly.
Yeah, I don't think
I think it would be a very
She
bad
gains
career.
nothing from
I mean,
coming in.
I guess Lesnar, he really hasn't cheapened his
But Lesnar went full-time WWE, though. Okay, he's now full-time WWE. She is she's the champ. She is the UFC women's champ.
They're trying to build up her and Charlotte. There was talk about her last week with Flair, and talk about doing a Ronda Rousey Charlotte Flair thing. And listen, Ronda Rousey is a legit fucking killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronda Rousey losing to anybody
is laughable,
except for maybe the Big Show. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but Big Show, he took the punch from the midget Merriweather.
That's true.
So
I know fucking Layfield, JBL is in the back like, Big Show, don't do this. I'll pay your salary,
dude. I'll pay your mortgage for 1 month.
For everything. You're taken care of forever. Just don't lay down for him. Just punch that midget in the mouth and be done with it.
If I'm not mistaken, we have reached the point where you guys have to explain why you're so goddamn tired.
Okay. We drove out to Hazelton, PA yesterday for a tryout for Sanctuary, and it was a long day. It was a cold day, but it was well worth it, and we really would like to thank the guys for making time for us and fitting us in their very chaotic situation that they were dealing with.
Yeah.
And also thank you so much for giving our kid Aaron Bradley his shot too, and thank you for actually putting us on the show. And most of all, thank you for taking the time to actually get our names right, to know which guy was which.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't understand. When we came home, we were tired. It was a 2.5-hour ride home. Got home a little after 11:30, but we sat and watched the show, and Kryimm had a tear in his eye.
It felt good.
Let
me tell you something. Having number one, whoever the announcers are, they're solid. Okay, I would listen to those guys. Okay, they know they got great presence. Okay, but the idea that in those 6 or 7 minutes that you guys were in the ring, okay, you guys got more respect and more recognition than I've seen you guys get in the past 3 years.
I feel the same way.
I
really, really do. They're
very professional over there, and they built it up to be its own TV studio. Okay, there's monitors everywhere. There's a heel locker room, there's a face locker room,
which is old school.
Which is very old school. I love that.
Yeah.
And each one had a TV in it. There's a TV in the entranceway where you pay to get your ticket. So so if there's something, let's say you come in late, you're not missing anything. You can stand there, get your ticket, and go walk in.
Awesome setup.
So they're set.
They've got the real. They
have speakers all around, so you can hear everything. It's almost like surround sound sitting in there. But the coolest part, it's in a church, right?
Oh, it's awesome.
You look up and
especially for the fallen angels.
Yeah, it's
in a church. Oh,
yeah. So you look up and you see like the paintings of like the saints, and there's heavenly pictures, and then you're in a church, and one of the rows of chairs is actually pews. I mean, like, it's really cool. Cold. Because they have the vaulted ceilings, and they had the fans on because they had to blow the fog machine ever, so it was pretty chilly. But like I said, it's built like a TV studio because as you go up to the choir, second raft or whatever, John Trotsky has his studio where he's hitting all the cameras and it's all set up like a TV studio.
It's a live feed too.
Yeah,
it was really. I mean,
well, yeah. Like I said, I watched and
that's the first time we didn't even expect to even work. We were just going out there for the tryout, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you're on the show." Okay.
All right.
what do you want us to do? Okay.
Who we working?
Cool. Yeah. And they had an awesome tryout match, and we got to work with our kid, Aaron Bradley, and showed him what we could do. And right after that match, they're like, "All right, we'd like to put you on the show." And they gave Aaron a shot too, and he actually got to work against us in the match on the live feed as well.
I saw that.
And it was the first time we actually got to work him in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And it was a special moment for us and a very special moment for him. Mm-hmm. And it was awesome.
Well, yeah, because our tryout match, we had to do it in front of like all the boys, right? And they don't know us from Adam. So, we do what we normally do.
Mm-hmm.
We just go out and do it, and then we got a good bunch of good feedback. But the thing is that everybody wanted to come and shake our hands. Says that was good, that was nice, that was great. But we're trying to answer everybody at once, and I noticed that Kanzer's talking to, I guess it's the announcer, and he wants to know all of our information because if we're on the
announcer came up to him.
Yes, the announcer came up to him because he took the time to be professional enough to be like, okay, what's your name? What's this? So he got bulletin points to get us over.
Yeah,
he did exactly what a professional announcer should do, and I don't know anybody who's
even
done
the
that.
ring announcer.
Yeah,
when we came out, it was
he got everything right.
Oh my God! It was nice to hear not, Fallen Angel 1, Fallen Angel 2, or Big Angel, Little Angel.
Or I've got Blue Angel.
Especially from somebody who had known us for a good, 12 years and still didn't take the time to get to know the new gimmicks that we were doing. And it was just, they just didn't want to bother. And just for somebody who just met us that day.
Yeah.
It's
refreshing. It's refreshing. To see that kind of professionalism.
I cannot rave enough about Sanctuary and the guys there and the
right.
roster there. Everybody was really awesome to work with.
Pleasure.
And very easy to work with. Mm-hmm. It was nice.
Their Facebook is facebook.com/sanctuarypa in case you guys want to go take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go, and we'll put the link in the description.
Absolutely.
And we'll also put up their YouTube page where you can see our match from last night.
Absolutely.
And watch the rest of the show too, because there was a lot of good talent on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, we'll put the links in the description.
Oh yeah.
And I'm excited to see if you guys get to go back there. I hope you do.
Well, we hope we do too, because it'd be great.
It'd be an awesome opportunity for us, and really somebody who understands the gimmick that we're trying to do. And it's a bonus that it's in a church. I mean, we could I don't want to say exploit that, but
we can exploit that.
You can work that very easily. We can work
it so easily.
Yeah.
I mean, with Kryimm knowing Scripture inside and out, and me doing the manager thing, trying to keep him and Kanzer from killing each other. I mean, I think it works.
Big Dick had a great idea. We should eventually do a promo inside a confessional.
Because they had the confessionals in there.
Oh my God! When we were sitting there looking at it, they had the hard of hearing room. We were like, so what? He's like,
9 Our Fathers, 2 Hail Marys.
I mean, it was we just got a good laugh out of that, and I mean, we were just thinking of all these really cool ideas, and I think the thing that made you the happiest, Kryimm, was that you were actually able to wear out the giant rosary that we've been carrying around for 3 years.
Oh my God!
Like, yeah, bring it out. You're like, really?
Really? I could do this? Yes! Dude, I wore it like the junkyard dog's chain. I was the Lord was talking through me. I was about ready to do the thump. Bam!
What else we got going on?
I don't think we have a high spot for this.
No,
week.
not this week.
We were we're a day off.
Yeah, we'll be better next time. We promise.
We've never actually worked on a Sunday.
That was different.
And wow, let me tell you how it throws your night off, especially when you get back from a show. I mean, anybody who's done this will tell you are so wired. Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, especially if you're getting home at like somewhere right around 12 o'clock at night. Don't expect to get to bed before 2 because you're still hyped from the show. You've been in the car for hours, and so getting up at 7 this morning to make my kid his lunch was just like, somebody help me.
I was sitting at work looking at the computer thinking I could punch it in the face. I didn't even know if the computer had a face. I just wanted to punch it.
Well, you were
I hate everything.
You worked 2 matches yesterday.
Yeah, we did work 2 matches.
You're a little sore.
If I'm not mistaken, we got a convention coming up.
We do. We actually are doing our very, very first convention.
And I'm really excited about it. It's the Rhode Island convention. It's
actually called the New England Fan Fest number 5. It is on June 27th, which is a Saturday, at the Rhode Island Convention Center.
It's only a handful.
From 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Correct.
And we'll put up the
link
for
in the
this
description,
because there's different types of tickets that you can get, including one where you can have dinner. Dinner with a group of
with the whole group.
It's a night. It's a dinner with the stars.
Oh, okay.
It's $100 a ticket. I'm not sure how many they have left, but this will be our first podcast, and we get to talk to.
Hopefully, interview some really interesting people up to and including...
Yeah, here's some of the names that are going to be there. We got ECW Sabu. We've got the WWE Hall of Famer Greg Valentine. WWE's Tatanka. ECW's Little Guido. WWE Hall of Famer Scott Hall. We got Bill Goldberg. Jim Ross. Alberto Del Rio. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Eric Bischoff, Jim Cornette, Men on a Mission, Gene Okerlund, and a whole lot more.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch, guys.
Good
like I said, we're going to put the link in the description because the list goes on.
Yeah, and all the information about where it is and the hotel and all that other stuff will be in that link.
Yeah.
We also we'll push the couple of shows that we have.
We do have a couple
up.
shows. Yep.
Hit me.
We have. On the 15th of May, which is a Friday night, we are going to be doing that show at Roselle Park. And we're working The Amazing Graysons.
Roselle Park High School.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's a 7:30 bell time. And then from there, we will be driving over to Spotswood, which is our hometown.
The alma mater.
The boys, Big Dick and Kryimm, they both graduated from the high school there.
That is
and
correct.
Attended that wonderful church there. What is the name of the church that you guys...
That would be the Immaculate Conception Church.
There you go. Yeah, a little shout out to them.
Yes.
And that'll be at the Columbian Club in Spotswood, and that is an 8 p.m. show. Also, they've got Shane Douglas on the show, The Patriot, and Tony Atlas. Sorry about that, brah.
Sorry, Tony.
I'll walk on your face and it'll make you happy. Well, it's true.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna wait. You want to hear a true story? Here's a true story. Okay.
Oh boy.
When I was doing the Countess Noir gimmick, we were running a program against Pizza Joe, and we ended after the show. We went to a bar, and Tony was on the show that night, and I had my, John LaFleur, big boots on, and he just looked at me and goes, "Sister, please walk on my face." And we're in the bar. I'm like, brah, I can't. You're Tony Atlas, man. I can't. Now, I probably would have no problem doing it. It's I've grown up a bit, and it wouldn't be a problem.
This has gone to a weird place.
We'll do a little shout out here to Steve Scott. He does this hashtag. He does this selfie gimmick. He has the best king of the selfies. Steve Scott, love you, man. He has a selfie of him doing a selfie, and in the background is Tony Atlas getting stepped on by a girl.
By one of the girl workers.
By one of the girl workers, and he's just got a big-ass smile on his face. It's one of the best selfies I've ever seen.
It's not a big secret. Tony has a huge foot fetish. He can look at your foot and go, "You're a size such and such." No shit. Yeah. And it's not a weird thing. It's actually a known fact.
Oh, look. I'm not judging. I'm just saying...
And
this has gone to a weird place.
Also, they will be having an autograph session before the show. Doors open at 6:45 in Spotswood.
Okay.
We'll transition off the creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, doors open at 6:45. There'll be autograph signings, and we will be there a little late, but hopefully before intermission, and be selling our gimmicks and stuff. So stop on by the table. Also, we got another one. We will be appearing after, a year or so? Year and a half?
After a year hiatus.
Year and a half. We will be at the Paramus Elks Club on May 22nd doing the TV taping for ECPW, and I believe our opponents will be the Amazing Graysons?
No, we're working the Angus Brothers.
Oh, the Angus Brothers. Yes, the same ones that will be doing the steel cage match at the Roselle show.
Yes.
So May's a busy month for you guys.
Thank God. I mean, we went from nothing to this, so I'm hoping this will keep up, and hopefully we'll work for Sanctuary again, because that was, oh my God.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Other than that, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, for Dante and for Kryimm, I'm Big Dick Gideon. And we will talk to you guys again next week.
See ya.
Sunday.